nobody mediocre is ever remembered. Nobody mediocre ever goes out there and does anything that's above average. If you want above average results, ladies and gentlemen, you have to have an above average mentality, focus, attitude, and you need to kill the idea of being, doing, or having anything mediocre. What's going on, everyone? Hey, welcome to today's episode of the Alex Morton Show. First off, I want to say thank you for spending some time today with me, whether you are at the gym, in your car, or watching this on YouTube. I want to say congratulations on taking one of the first steps into building a better life for you, your friends, your family, and even your future family. I know success sometimes can seem so far out in the distance. You know, I remember paying a couple $100s a month at Arizona State, living with 3 or 4 other guys, and there was, beer stains on the couch, and the floors were sticky with, old liquor, and there were chicken wings bones all over the kitchen, and the sink would be backed up, and the bathrooms would be disgusting. And I remember just being in my present day environment back then, thinking to myself, what am I really gonna one day become a millionaire, have the cars that I wanted, be able to travel the world and, buy my mom whatever she wants and, buy my little sister a car and, give my future family the life that I always wanted to give them. And I remember, some of the self-doubt. I remember some of the self-confidence issues I was experiencing. And I just wanted to say that to you because if you're listening to this right now and you are not yet where you want to be, that is okay. I don't believe there is anything such as an overnight success. When you look at some of these, massive A-list superstars, whether it's The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, or Kevin Hart, or even the Kardashians, the Jenners, the Kanye Wests of the world, you're looking at me or some other entrepreneurs in this space, and you might just think, can I really do success? Can I really make it as big as some of these other people have made it? I wanted to come on here today and tell you, yes, you can. And that's not motivation. That's not overinflated hype. That is the God honest truth. And the purpose of doing these shows and making them free for the entire world is to give you what has worked for me and what has worked for tens of thousands of people all over the world. So today, I really want to talk about a morning routine. I like to call it a masterpiece morning, a masterpiece day. You can call it whatever you want to call it, but when you wake up, there are a few things you got to understand. Number one, when you wake up, our subconscious mind is the most impressionable the entire day during that 20-minute window. My mentor, the late and the great and the legendary Bob Proctor, told me that when I was 21 years old. You see, I met Bob when I was 21. I was in Charlotte, North Carolina, speaking at an event. I didn't know who this man was, and I just spoke on stage in front of about 400 people. And I remember he walked up to me at a water fountain in the hallway. He came up to me, kind of stared in my soul, and he said, son, you're going to do great things in this business if you choose to. And I didn't know him from anybody else, but I went back in the room, and the next speaker on that stage was this man named Bob Proctor. If you don't know Bob Proctor, I suggest you Google him, you YouTube him. He's written so many amazing books, and he really was my biggest mentor in my life. And he helped me go from $400 per month as an entrepreneur into earning, millions of dollars in some months, right? So I know that what you're getting today is the real deal. And if you can hear it and then apply it and become disciplined with it, you can absolutely change your life. So when you wake up in the morning, number one, what you don't want to do is reach for that cell phone and start checking email or scrolling TikTok or scrolling Instagram or checking texts or checking missed calls. In fact, and I've done this now for probably close to 8 years now, when I wake up, I do not grab that phone, because if I grab that phone, 8 out of 10 things I'm going to see, hear, and experience are going to probably be negative things. And if my first 20 minutes is when my subconscious mind is completely open and impressionable, I can't be planting seeds of negativity, seeds of doubt, seeds of anxiety, especially in today's world. Everything you see on the TV is rape, murder, homelessness, economy's crashing. President Biden doesn't know who he is today, right? We're this close to war with Iran, or we're this close to war with, North Korea or Russia, or everything going on over in Gaza and Israel, right? A lot of it is negativity. I'm not saying it's not important, but in your first 20 minutes, if all you get is doom and gloom, the rest of your day is completely doom and gloom, period, end of story. So when you wake up in the morning, number one, do not grab your phone, okay? Number two, I want you to get into prayer and gratitude. You see, my grandmother spent the last couple of years of her life living with us over in Columbus, Ohio, and she actually passed away on Christmas morning one morning. And ever since that moment, I don't know what caused me to do this, but ever since then, I have prayed every single night and every single morning since that moment. And I'll tell you what, I'm not here to pitch religion. I'm not here to pitch spirituality with you, but I am here to implore you to think about getting more connected or even reconnected with whoever your creator, God, oak tree, universe, book, whatever that is to you. For me, I found it very valuable to know that I'm a part of something bigger and greater than just myself and just my time here on this physical earth. So number two is get into prayer and get into something I call gratitude, right? Gratitude is being thankful. Now, you might be listening to this right now on a New York City subway with rats running around, freezing your butt off in the middle of winter, okay? And you might be saying, you know what, Alex, it's easy for you to be grateful in your Rolls Royce truck and your Miami penthouse and your amazing life, but it sucks for me, man. I'm from a broken home. I got the crap beat out of me by my dad. I watched my mom get abused by men growing up. I've been, beat down my entire life. I didn't even finish college. I'm a dropout. I used to be addicted to, heroin and Adderall and pills. And, you don't know my life, so it's harder for me. I understand it might be harder for you, but I also know this. I've been in places where people would kill or give their left arm to be waking up in the United States of America. As we speak right now, thousands of people are crossing our border to enter into the United States of America. Now, I understand a lot of people watching this, right? You are international. You are not from America, but again, I am imploring you to think about this idea, right? If you woke up this morning, you're already winning. Why? Because tonight when we go to sleep, thousands of people, I don't know the exact number, but there will be thousands of people that go to bed tonight and do not wake up tomorrow. So if you wake up tomorrow morning, should you be a little grateful for another day, another 24 hours, another opportunity, another chance to go build a better life for yourself or make somebody's day just a little bit better? Right? Yes, the answer is yes. So if you wake up and you have a heart beating in your chest, okay, and you have air in your lungs, you have oxygen going on, and you have another day where you can think, you can feel, you can act, and you can change your life, you have got to be grateful. So take some time when you wake up in the morning and think about 5 things you're grateful for. They can be small things like a warm blanket, the ability to drink clean, fresh water, a hot cup of coffee, right? Your wife or your husband or your boyfriend or your girlfriend sleeping next to you, your kids in the room next to you, the love you have for your mother. I don't know what it is, whether it's something you're small, you're grateful for, something big, you're grateful for. When you get into gratitude, this is what I know on a scientific level. When we are in gratitude, fear, doubt, worry, anxiety, jealousy, greed, envy, anger, hate ceases to exist when we are grateful. So sit there and think about 5 things you're grateful for. If you want to take it one step further, I've done this on and off for the course of my career. It's called a gratitude journal. It's very easy. Write down 5 things or 5 people or 5 reasons that you are grateful for another day. You have the ability to wake up and be a part of what we call humanity here on planet Earth, okay? The next thing I want you to do, this is not number 3, we're still on number 2 in prayer and gratitude. I want you to spiritually send love. Send love spiritually. Think about 2 people you're having challenges with. Think about 2 people you're pissed off at. Think about 2 people that really made you mad. in the last 5 to 7, 15 days, right? You want to send them love. You may say, well, Alex, why would I want to send my enemy love? Because when you send them love, right, you're sending them love and you're letting love out of you, which means you are operating from a place of love in terms of vibrational frequency. When you say, I hate him or I'm angry at her, you're harboring these negative emotions. So what we want to do is we want you to be operating out of love, bliss, and gratitude. So if you think about two people you're having challenges with and you want to just send them healing energy and send them love, it's going to make your day, it's going to make your week, your month, your year just a little bit better. So that's number 2. Number 3 is now more of a tactical, nutritional type thing. One of my close friends, you guys probably know him. He was just on Joe Rogan. His name's Gary Brecka. I was actually the person he talks about that gave him a $150,000 loan to keep his business going before it became 10X Health, right? And Gary told me years ago, right, when I was 27% body fat, am I ripped and shredded today? No, I'm not. Am I better than 26% body fat? Yeah, I am. I just tested it. I'm like 15 point something, right? So I'm on my road to better health and better overall fitness, but this changed my life, right? Upon 20 minutes of waking up, you want to consume 20 grams of protein, and then you want to go do 20 minutes of steady state cardio, right? Really quick, 20, 20, 20. I wake up, I consume 20 grams of protein within the first 20 minutes of waking up, and then I go ahead and go do 20 minutes of steady state cardio. This is what I do. I do that, and then I take a freaking cold shower. I don't have a cold plunge yet, but at some point in one of these episodes, you're going to see me jumping in to our new cold plunge that we're going to put on the balcony over at the Miami house. But for right now, I go into the shower, I blast it on cold water, and I put my body in a state of shock, and it sucks, and it's painful. But guess what? If you can do something hard in the first hour upon waking up, the rest of your day is going to be just a little bit easier, okay? And it's going to be just a little bit better. So 20, 20, 20, this is what I do. Again, I'm not speaking from a place of, perfect scientific, lab results. I'm telling you what has worked for me, okay, since I was really 21 years old up until today, being 34 years old. And guys, no matter where I am in the world, I stick to this masterpiece morning, this masterpiece day. Really quick, let's go over it one more time. Number 1, wake up, don't touch your phone. Number 2, get into prayer, get into gratitude. 5 people, 5 things you're grateful for. Maybe even send 5 text messages out telling somebody, hey man, I appreciate you. Hey girl, I appreciate you. Hey Brian, just thinking about you, man. Hey mom, just want to say I love you. You're starting your day blissful. You're starting your day in a positive vibration. You're starting your day in a great high vibrational frequency. Then you're going to have 20 grams of protein, right? Within 20 minutes of waking up, you're going to do 20 minutes of steady state cardio. If you have a cold plunge, hop in that thing and freeze your nuts off for a second, right? If you don't have a cold plunge, go out there and crank the cold shower, shock your body, do something hard, and then go about your day. After that, it's very, very simple, right? For me, I refer to my Google Calendar I have on my phone, which costs me $0.00. Here's a side note. I don't go to sleep tonight without knowing what I need to do tomorrow. Very, 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 very simple. You can implement this into your life right now, starting tonight. Hey, I'm not going to bed tonight in Germany. I'm not going to bed tonight in Slovenia. I'm not going to bed tonight in Peru or Colombia or Mexico until I know what I have to do tomorrow. Okay, so now I do my morning miracle, my miracle morning, my masterpiece morning, and then I revert to, hey, this is my calendar. Now it's time to execute. Because this is what I found out to be true, okay? The way you eat an elephant is one bite at a time. The way to make this year the best year of your entire life is getting 7 good days in a row. 7 good days in a row, 7 good mornings in a row is going to equal 1 great week. If you can do 4 great weeks in a row, that's going to equal 1 phenomenal month. And if you can build 12 phenomenal months in a row. Not every day is going to be perfect. Not every day is going to be great. Stuff is going to happen. I have challenges. I have issues. I have drama. I deal with problems just like everybody else. Remember, just because you make a lot of money doesn't mean you're never going to have issues, challenges, problems in situations, right? You're just going to have more money to deal with those issues, challenges, problems in situations, okay? But if you can build 12 great months, ladies and gentlemen, that means you are building one fantastic year, and then you will be able to start the journey on stacking great year after year after year after year. And eventually that's going to be a great decade. Because here's the thing about time. When you're young, you think you have all the time in the world. Some days I can't even believe I'm almost in my mid-30s. This year, October, it's going to be mid-30s, 35 years old. It blows my mind how fast time is going. I can still feel myself being 15 years old and riding my bike around Bexley, Ohio with my friends and playing Nintendo 64. Some of you are so young, you don't even know what Nintendo 64 is, okay? I still feel myself being 21 years old, going to Arizona State University, getting kicked out of the dorms for, excessive partying and being disrespectful to my elders, I guess you could say, or the management over there in the dorms, right? I still remember, being 21, getting started in my first direct selling company. I still remember my first check in my first company was $10. So you think you have so much time. And the problem is so many people, you put off the things you need to do. You keep putting them off. I'll start in the new year. I'll start after Christmas. I'll start in February, March, April. I'll start someday. I'll start the business someday. I'll go get my real estate license someday. I'll start doing personal development and reading good books someday. The problem is someday is not a day in the week. So what you need to do is start now. The best time to change your life was yesterday. The second best time to change your life, you guys, is absolutely right here, right now. So for the rest of this week and the rest of this month and the rest of this year, I want you to avoid the mediocre mindset. I want you to bury the philosophy of just take it easy. The philosophy of have a balanced life. Guys, you can have a balanced life one day when you have 1, 5, 10, 50, $100 million in assets. If you're watching the Alex Morton Show, it's not because you're excited about making $30,000 a year. You're probably pumped up and fired up about making a ton of money, all right, getting into elite level health, elite level fitness, building a phenomenal relationship or marriage, becoming an outstanding father or mother, and making an impact on this planet. Okay, nobody mediocre is ever remembered. Nobody mediocre ever goes out there and does anything that's above average. If you want above average results, ladies and gentlemen, you have to have an above average mentality, focus, attitude, and bury, demolish, kill. You need to kill the idea of being, doing, or having anything mediocre, okay? A lot of my mentors I have in my life that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars, some of them are billionaires, right? They have told me time and time again, Alex, the next 12 months in America, the next 12 months in Europe, the next 12 months on this planet are going to be painful for a lot of people. It is going to be painful for a lot of families. Inflation, right? The cost of goods is so expensive. Even economy airfare now can be several $100s for tickets. I mean, it's insane. So what does that mean for you listening to this and watching this right now? It means you have got to find a way to step up and begin to create a better life for you and your family. And one of the ways you do that is by getting disciplined on the miracle morning, the masterpiece morning. You wake up, you don't touch your phone. You wake up, you write down 5 things you're grateful for. You wake up, you send love to 2 people you're having problems with. You wake up and you drink or you eat 20 grams of protein. You wake up, you go bang out 20 minutes of steady state cardio. For me, I like to walk on an incline treadmill and listen to a great podcast just like the Alex Morton Show. It gets my mind right for what's to come in my day, and then I refer back to my calendar. A long time ago, a very successful person said, Alex, if you show me your calendar, I will show you your future. Remember, okay? Proper planning prevents poor productivity. If you want to become somebody, a high producer, the 1% in real estate, 1% in door-to-door knockers, 1% in solar, 1% in network marketing, direct sales, 1% of being a husband and a father, you got to start to operate different. Forget mediocre. Tap into this champion level of attitude, focus, discipline, right? Tap in to who you really are. Who you really are is God's highest form of creation. How amazing is that to know that you and I, being a human being, we already won the existence lottery, and we have the ability to change our lives with the snap of a finger. If you got any value in today's episode, share this on your social media platforms, send this link out to somebody you care about, leave a comment, leave a review, get on Apple, get on Spotify, give us a 5-star rating. I appreciate you, and I want to continue to do this a couple times a month for the rest of my life, to reach as many people as we can and give them the truth about success and the truth and the techniques and the strategies and the mindset principles to go out there and build an extraordinary life for them and the people they care about. I will see you on the next episode of the Alex Morton Show. Thanks for tuning in, and bye for now.